Hello everyone, welcome to yet another Cave Divers React, even though this is not a cave dive.
Whatever, I'm excited to be able to react to it. I'm
one
Woody.
of our, and I'm Gus, and one of our cave diving buddies, Brian, sent me this video and said, you guys need to react to this thing.
Oh, cool.
It's pretty cool. Because the interesting thing about diving, especially on YouTube, is that the biggest dive-related channels are not expert divers like Brian Kaycock and Mike Young, and like those channels have very, very little amount of subscribers. We subscribe to them, of course, but the biggest ones are these guys that do it more for entertainment. And I've reacted to some of these videos in the past, like the Jigging with Jordan video where he went to Hospital Hole and made it sound like it was a gate to hell, and it's like one of the safest places to dive. And you know, this is yet another example of someone who uses diving to build like a, huge following, but is not like an expert diver.
Okay.
So
I haven't seen this, so I'm listening because I have no idea what I'm about to watch.
Yep. His name is Pioneer Polly.
Okay.
And his specialty is actually looking for gold.
He finds it?
Well, you're about to find out. But he looks for gold, like tiny pieces of gold in rivers and on the bridges and stuff like that.
Well, he must find it if he's doing that. I
guess so.
Okay.
I mean, so he went diving for gold. Something happened. Let's watch.
All right.
This place is amazing. Time to go deeper.
Wow.
I came this close to drowning. Good morning or good afternoon, everyone. Welcome if you're new here. My name is Polly. Today we'll be going underwater to look for some gold nuggets in a river that doesn't normally let me down. I have a goal today to at least hit 2 grams of gold. So if I don't hit that, then I'll eat a bag of cream corn. I don't know. So let's put on our wetsuit and have fun.
This is cool video.
Hey, this is next level. We don't do this.
Why? I want to.
Well,
oh,
you lower the volume a little bit.
This is well done.
Yeah, this is some next level.
This doesn't normally happen, but I just got in the water without having my camera on. I tried out a crack and I found 2 nice pieces of gold right away. Check this out.
I like this. I like the snorkel.
That's amazing. He really is finding gold.
There's another one in there. I think I just buried it though.
Didn't know gold just sits like that between rocks.
It's just in these rivers?
I guess so.
I have Bryson joining me today. I'm trying to get him to find his first nugget.
This is not its whole theme always, is it? Finding gold?
I think so.
Okay.
He's always looking for gold, this guy.
Gold's heavy, so I guess it does settle like that.
Let's find more.
Wow.
I worked on this crack till I couldn't reach with my arms. So I resorted to using my leg arms, which is actually how I found my biggest nugget.
Yeah, it's like a sucking device for like super tiny gold.
Now, doing this is most effective if you loosen the rock first.
I wonder if there's little nuggets like that, it must be breaking off of some giant vein of gold somewhere.
I found this jagged spot where I noticed the small gold was actually pretty consistent.
Wow. Never knew people were still doing this.
Look at that.
Alright, another little picker.
He knows what he's doing, man.
This guy's legit.
Wonder where he is. Tennessee? Georgia?
No, I think he's
There's
up
a lot
north.
of little pieces of gold in here, but I'm not sure if I can pick it up with the camera. Just found another little picker right here.
Wow, that looks big.
No, that's...
Oh, that's
a
the
screwdriver.
Like, wow, that thing's huge. It's gonna make a fortune.
I know these pieces of gold are relatively small, but as they always say, it all adds up.
That's right. Look at that thing.
and it's often these thin cracks that hide most of the gold.
Boom. Boom. Not a lot to react to because I don't know anything about river diving
Gold digging?
for gold. It's like, no.
Yeah, I thought gold diggers were different things. But this guy, no?
Can we do this?
No.
We can't just go out and dig for gold? I want to do it.
No. Yeah,
We can't get in touch with this guy? Will he take us? By the way, is that water cold?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, dry suit.
Freezing.
So his whole video, and this guy's huge, is...
Since Bryson couldn't stay here the entire day, I decided to go check up on him before I had my first break.
Look at that. It's like a dust.
How you doing, man? Shut up.
Snorkel on the wrong side.
So Bryson just found his first nugget, but we don't really know how big it is, so it might just be a picker.
He's
but
in
it still looks pretty big.
No, he's
like
in
a
like a
semi-dry.
semi-dry.
Yeah.
That's cold.
Oh, I bet. Look at that.
Oh, I'd be so excited if I found that stuff.
Dude, you get excited so easily.
I mean, I want to do this.
Alright, well. You can get...
Somebody take...
no.
Hey, comment. If you know what you're doing with this, can we do this?
Alright, you can go by yourself.
You'll be coming. Once I say we're doing it, you'll be right there.
I don't know the weight, but still kind of nice.
Probably 0.000.
You have no
Cool.
idea.
Way to go. Thanks.
Wow. This is wild. I want to do this.
So having a quick little break here. Gonna have something to eat and warm up just a little bit. So we are finding gold. In fact, we're finding more gold than I thought we would find today. But I don't know if we're gonna hit that 2-gram mark or not, but I think we're getting pretty
How
close.
much is
so
2
this is the
grams
gold
of
that we're
gold?
looking at so
By the
far.
way, this
It
is just
looks like
garbage
it's gonna
gold. This
be
is
around
not
2
like-
grams
Yeah,
now
that's
that I
not
look at
garbage
it
gold.
and see this nice
Gold
nugget
is
we
gold,
found
I
here,
thought.
but I'm not quite sure. But the day isn't over yet.
grams of
Good and
gold.
bad news.
Yeah.
The bad news
All's
is
playing,
I'm pretty
so I have
sure
something
I
to do.
finished digging out all the cracks that
How
I'm
much is
able
2
to
grams
reach.
of gold?
I'm too buoyant, so I can't go down deeper. The good news is I brought a scuba tank for that exact reason. So let's get suited up again and go deeper.
Oh boy.
I was not expecting what was about to happen.
Watch. So he's diving.
2 grams
I
is
swam
worth
around for a bit underneath the current
$121.
like I always do.
I'm
Okay.
looking right here. 2 grams of gold.
But that is like
Is
18
worth-
carats or what?
No, just 2 grams of gold.
Yeah,
this
but
is
there's
not
different
carat.
golds.
When
It's
you
like
find
24
gold,
karat gold.
when you find gold underwater there,
Yeah.
like naturally occurring gold.
Is it 24 then? That's the purest, I think. You can get 24 carats.
We have no. Do you see why we're not reacting much? Since we have no
But
idea.
this is
what-
like common knowledge.
That's
But
not-
I don't think
Is it automatically that's 24? If you find gold in a river, it's 24 karat.
I mean, unless he
I
dropped
don't know
from
anything
somebody.
Okay, but anyway, so far they found his goal. What did he say his goal was?
No, he said that he's going
Of the
for
day?
2 grams.
2 grams. That's $121 worth
Okay.
of gold.
So hike through the mountains with scuba
I
gear
want to.
and a bunch of stuff.
You are
Going to a river, move rocks around for hours
What you're gonna do with me? Yeah.
to make $100.
Yeah. When are we gonna do this? I cannot wait. I want to do this. You're coming.
Oh my God!
I mean,
This
if you
sounds
want to wear your
horrific.
dry suit, you told me you like cold water.
I do. That's
Okay.
true.
I'm
That is
going to
true.
work on this. And if you have some comments out there about how, who, where, when,
No.
why,
Don't tell people to
because
invite us.
I don't know anything about this, but I want to be invited
All right.
with Gus.
Keep watching because this guy's about to go through something.
Just searching for a good place to work.
Cool.
Nothing really stood out other than this crevice that seemed to be going under a pile of gravel.
Oh, we also have to spend probably $500 in tools to make $100
Now that one tool,
in gold.
one giant pick tool thing,
He has like
I managed
10
to
tools.
spot a piece of gold that
and that
Could have been my
sucker
last.
thing.
I think that's what it's called, gold sucker.
And bam. Does something happen? Because so
it's
far,
not very often I take things seriously.
Oh, man.
And I've dove 100 times before, so what could possibly go wrong? On this morning, my complacency and my hurry to make a video almost killed me. When I was underwater, approximately 10 feet deep, not even that deep, I lost my regulator. Now, what that is what you breathe out of. And typically, when this happens, it's happened to me before, is you lean to the right, and you go, and you grab your regulator, and you breathe again. Or, you grab your spare regulator that's bright yellow, and you can breathe from that. Or, you can press this button, your buoyancy control device will inflate, and you float to the surface, or you pull this cord, and you float to the surface, or even...
Okay, all right.
Problems with both of those.
All right.
You want me to react or you want to react? There's so many problems with what he said. What?
Okay.
I'm like, pull this, hit this,
right.
both float to the surface. Go ahead. You react.
Maybe he has a...
Finally, we have something
custom.
we know what we're talking about here.
Custom BCD. No, so he said a couple things. Number one
don't beat him up. He's just making an
but
entertainment
he
video.
was half accurate. So if you lose your regulator, which can happen, you reach out and grab it and put it back in your mouth. You recover your regulators, like the second skill you learn in Scuba. And then if not, you can always go to your alternate, which he talked about. So that is accurate. But then he said, or you can hammer this button, inflate your BCD, and go to the surface. All right.
Dangerous.
Very dangerous. Never do that because that represents an uncontrolled ascent. Right? And as divers, we always want to be performing control ascents. Now, of course, there's situations where you might want to inflate and skyrocket. Like if you ran out of air and no one is near you at 60 feet, what are you going to do? Drown? You can't. You have to go up. Right? I get it. But in his situation where he's saying if this happens to you, if you lose your regulator, hit the button. No, don't hit the button. That's an uncontrolled ascent to the surface. Then he said, or you can just pull this cord and go to the surface. That cord that he pulled is actually a deflator. If you pull that cord, you empty the air inside your BCD and you will actually sink.
Well, but if you're going up, then the air is expanding in the BCD. In fact, you may pop your...
Because you want to do a control ascent.
To control the ascent and let a little bit of air out so it doesn't expand and rocket you to the surface.
Right.
He just said it inaccurately, but he's just entertaining.
He probably
and
just
rushing,
made a mistake.
But I want to go do this.
Pull out your weights and you float to the surface. For some reason,
if you lose your regulator, don't drop your weights and float to the surface. Just find it or use your alternate.
Well, you could do an emergency buoyant ascent, but I'm suspicious without having ever seen this. I wonder if the reg is caught in one of those crevices underwater. Imagine that, because now your regulator is stuck.
That's a problem.
I mean, you'd have to take your BCD off.
Let's see what he says.
Swim to the surface.
I lost that regulator. I completely panicked.
He does a good job.
My first instinct was just to get out. And when I tried to get out, I was weighted down by 45 pounds of extra weight. I was pushed down by the current because I'm laying below the current. I didn't know what to do. I started panicking and I'm starting to scream. I'm starting to go, but nothing's happening.
45
I just remember
pounds away.
Trying to run. I was making a little bit of
I don't know
movement.
why
I was
so heavily
panicking.
weighted.
I was screaming. I didn't know what to do. I was...
I don't know why. That doesn't...
So
he's
much
not
weight.
a big guy. I don't know why.
The thing that he's wearing that helps him with buoyancy, his BCD or buoyancy compensation device, those actually, by the way, are rated for a lift power, basically how much they can lift out of the water. And that is based on how much air they can take. Typically, a BCD has rated for something like 40 or 45 pounds of lift. You can get them higher than that, to 60 to whatever, right? Depending on how big, you get him. But imagine if his BCD is a regular BCD, rated to, let's say, 40 pounds of lift. He's wearing 45.
40.
Horrible.
I've never seen anybody wear 45. Just to put this in perspective to what Gus is saying. In any dive anywhere, I've never seen anybody wear 45. I've seen people wear in the 20s, and that was in Iceland doing the Sofra dive, where they were wearing a neoprene 7mm neoprene dry suit, so very buoyant. They were in the 20s. 45? Man, I'm not even going to be able to move at that weight.
There is no way to explain what goes through your mind in those last few seconds. I was apologizing to my mom, I was apologizing to my sisters, my brothers. I remember the very first moment I made some movement, and that was also when I took my first breath of water. As bad as it burned and as bad as I was screaming and just trying to get out, I was coming to terms that I knew I was gonna die. On my final attempt, I remember kicking with both feet. I was able to jump just on the one little ledge I was able to find, and that was just a smooth bedrock bowl, and I managed to cup the edge of my fingers, probably half of my hand, on this thing, and I was able just to get up and then roll onto it, pull my off, puke. God, it was the most intense, high, exhilarating.
It's only a few feet
unnecessary. He forgot to say unnecessary.
Taking any of my gear is he only a few feet underwater?
Against the bedrock.
It's just a few feet underwater, right?
10.
Half
10
out of
feet.
the water. Holy f***, holy f***. I can't believe why that happened. Just starstruck. I managed to get all my gear off, and I just start crying. I start crying like a freaking baby. And then I picked up my phone and just started recording.
Holy cow.
Wow, that's cool.
I wouldn't normally post this kind of stuff, but I just figure I'll let everyone know.
Looks like a vampire a little bit with his teeth.
I
I'm sorry.
came
I have
this
to.
close
Somebody was thinking this, for
to
sure.
drowning. Never dive alone. It's probably the last time I'm going to be diving.
Well,
I lost my mask.
you can dive again.
My regulator, sorry.
Just not alone.
Right.
I couldn't breathe.
And
I
don't
panicked.
overweight yourself.
I swallowed and inhaled water.
Which would happen.
I was screaming, trying to fight to run to the edge so I can get out of the water. I was fully weighted. I couldn't even inflate my BCD to float to the surface. I could not think. I finally got myself out of the water. I threw up. Don't scuba dive alone, guys.
Yep.
After that, I got changed, packed up, hiked out, drove home. You never think that you're going to die. People die around you. People get hurt around you, and you're like, that won't happen to me. Mother Nature, physics, gravity, water in your lungs, they don't give a shit who you are. You're just a piece of sand on the beach. You guys deserve 100% of me, and I'm giving you 100% of me. Now, this wouldn't be a poly video if I didn't show you the gold, so
I almost died, guys.
2 grams.
So let's check out this gold.
So this is my total take for the snipe. It looks the same as on our break, except for this piece of gold that, yeah. I'll either destroy it or frame it. Let me know in the comments.
Oh,
and then there's this guy, our biggest piece of the day.
Wow.
So I'm gonna do this outside because why not? For our first nugget, I'm gonna guess, I don't know, 0.5 grams? 0.56 grams. Oh, I was actually pretty close. Our second little nugget, or picker, whatever you want to call it, 0.2. 0.25. All together, bam, oh. 0.81, and of course, our little guys.
Did he make it?
8 grams. Nope. 1.3 grams. We didn't hit our 2 gram mark, but you know what? We're alive.
Okay, so he has like $50 worth of gold, and he almost drowns. Sounds fair. Sounds like a good trade-off.
When are we doing this?
Stop it.
That's the main thing. My main reaction is like, I want to do this. This is so cool.
No,
yeah,
never.
You can wear your 7 mil. You have a nice one. And I'll be in a dry suit. We won't overweight. And we got to figure out how to do this. It'll be cool. It'll be a cool video that we'll record for you guys. My goal is going to be 1.5 grams. First time that you and me do it together, which we're doing together. That's a good goal, I think, for the first. We can figure this out. I want to do that little suction cup. It's so cool. When I find my first one, I'm going to explode with excitement. I can't wait. Yeah. All right. So this is in our future. Cool. I look forward to it.
This is the worst. I think good lessons, right, from the video.
Yeah.
Don't dive alone. Don't overweigh yourself. And don't panic. like if you lose your regulator, you have 2 of those. You should be able to retrieve your primary one. If you can't, go to your secondary one. It's literally like the second skill you learn in scuba diving, if not the first one.
And I don't mean to be rude while you're saying that. You know what I was thinking? Where are we going to get that little scale? YouTube?
Oh my God!
You got to have one of those when we do this.
No,
I know your points are great.
That's not the takeaway.
It was amazing points you made, but I'm already thinking about I got to buy that cup. I got to buy that scale. So we'll have to figure this out. That's cool. And yeah, your points are perfect. So I don't really need to add anything to those.
All right, whatever. Everyone, just subscribe.
Yeah,
and like this video. We're not doing this.
You squeeze it away from the gold, and I guess when you let go of it, it's when it sucks the gold in. So we're gonna
see y'all
we'll
next
practice.
Week. See y'all next week
before we go.